My name is Mrs. Pearson. I teach math here on the 7th grade hall and on the Track 1 team at this time. I am doing this video because I wanted to explain how and why flipping the classroom is the method of teaching I'm going to be using this year. And it might be a little different than what you're used to. And the basis of what flipping the classroom comes from is if you think back when you're in school, you had at home homework, and during the class you heard a lecture or you did some kind of lesson during the class period, during the class, and did a few examples. And then when you got home and did the homework, and maybe you remember yourself or maybe you see your child being a little bit frustrated when they go and do the examples and the problems, and gosh, I don't remember what we did in class, or I don't get it now that I'm not there, or can you help me? And sometimes there's the bantering and the argument at home with families. I know I have mine as well, that you show them a way to do it and they say, that's not the way Miss Pearson showed us how to do it. And your way is suddenly the wrong way. And there's a right and a wrong, and you have to do it the way the teacher explained it in class. So there's a bit of that going on at home. And also as teachers, what we find in the classroom is that we have some students who are struggling to keep up with the pace. And they're continually trying and they're doing what they need to do, but it's just move along too fast and they just need a few extra minutes to process. Or we also have students on the other end of the spectrum that are just waiting and waiting and want us to move forward and want us to extend our knowledge and move past and go ahead and move on. I've got it. I'm ready to go. We're also trying to use our class time appropriately. We have a certain number of minutes. We actually have to teach the material, do some practice problems, enough that they can do some at home as well. And sometimes we don't always have enough minutes to do that, enough explanation time to meet everybody's needs. So I find that flipping the classroom is a way for me to try to move in that direction where I can actually be most effective for as many students as possible. You know, there's always those times where that doesn't quite work out, but with 120 students, we try to maximize our time and try to also meet everyone's needs to try to help them succeed, try to help them do the best that they possibly can. So flipping the classroom is a way for me to do that. In class, we'll be doing the practice problems, we'll be doing the extensions. Those people that got it and are experts and are ready to move on, they can go ahead and do that. And those that need more help, need me to kind of sit with them more and do more one-on-one explanation, I can do that too. And then at home is when they learn the material. And I'm going to explain that more in just a minute. But I have listed here some differences, some things that maybe are new to you if you've never done flipping the classroom before, or if another teacher has never done that for you in the past. Homework does take on a different role, as well as the classwork. Why exactly go through this trouble? Because it is a little bit more work on my part to do the videos and have them uploaded and make sure it's all working right and being able to make sure everyone has the access and whatnot. Why do it? I have seen tremendous growth from students in the past that have done this method, that have gone through and used the videos to truly learn the concept at their own pace. I've seen students' test scores grow 10, 20 points even, and that just thrills me. It lets me know that, gosh, all the work that's going into this really is benefiting the students. If students really are pausing and rewinding, rewatching the videos before a test, re-listening to that one extra piece that they needed me to say again, that really is, I think, the biggest, most powerful benefit from flipping the classroom. In real life, you can't pause a real live person and ask them to rewind and say that exactly again. You can't pause that person in mid-sentence and say, okay, let me write that down real quick, or let me finish thinking through what she just said. That, I think, is the biggest, most powerful benefit. And there are many others here. I know parents really like number 4 because when you're at home, you might not need somebody to help your child. Or I think it's a really good conversation tool for families. And they can sit and watch the video together and the parents can say, gosh, this is what she means. This is what she's saying. Or, oh, I forgot. I did that such a long time ago. I don't remember how to do that. But, oh yeah, it's coming back to me now. Because it has been a while since we've done some of this math. So it's a way for you to kind of freshen up, and also a way for you to have a conversation with your child at home, specifically about math, but certainly about learning as well. And in the classroom, we're really talking a lot about how to take notes and how to be an active learner. And this kind of forces children to do that. When you're at home, they can't just copy down the notes and be done. They have to listen. They have to be really paying attention to what's being explained to be sure that they understand it. They have to be an active learner. And that's something new, and that's something that some students struggle with, some students have to become better at. But when you go to college, when you get to higher level classes, you're going to have to be an active learner. You can't just sit and take a final exam at the end and think that everything's going to be okay and that you've learned everything you need to. You actually need to be understanding what's happening in the class. So I think flipping the classroom kind of forces and teaches students to be exactly that. What exactly am I expecting the students to do? I'm expecting the students to watch the videos at home. I'm expecting them to rewatch any parts that they didn't understand. I'm expecting them to pause frequently throughout the video. I'm also expecting them to take advantage of class time and ask questions. If they're at home and they're rewatching that video and they rewatched it a couple times, but they still just don't get this one part, I'm expecting them to ask questions when they come to class. That's my job. I'm here to help them. So I want them to come to class and ask what it is that they're thinking and they're struggling on. Gosh, I got steps 1 and 2, but step 3 is where I'm really starting to lose it. Can you help me? Absolutely. Parents, what am I asking you to do? I'm asking you just to be kind of an overseer. Can you just make sure that they have internet access, make sure that they're using the videos appropriately? As they're doing the videos while you're making dinner or whatnot, do you see them pausing? Do you see them kind of rewinding and rewatching? And I'd like you to ask them some key questions, because when they're done, they're going to be bringing you their notebook and asking you to sign their notes. And what I'd like you to ask before you sign is just a few key questions. Did you rewatch the video? Are there any parts that you rewatched, and how many, and which parts did you rewatch? Did you really? That's just a reminder to students that they should be doing that actively. Which parts, and can you explain it to me? Do you understand it enough to be able to explain to me or a younger brother and sister exactly what you learned? Those questions are just reminders to students. Are they being an active learner? Are they truly understanding the material? Should they go back and rewatch it again? Just reminding them to do their part. And then I am going to ask you to sign their notes, and that's just a self-assurance that you've asked the questions and also that the students are following through on their expectations as well. Now, what am I expecting of me? I have some pretty high expectations for myself, and the videos sometimes can be pretty time-consuming and making sure they're uploaded and whatnot, but I am committed to doing that. I'm also going to make sure that I provide as much differentiated practice as possible. Those students, they're going to be on some lessons, not every lesson, but some lessons, I'm going to be asking students to say, gosh, I'm an expert at this. I got it. I'm ready to go. Well, when you come to class, I'm going to be giving you some higher level practice or some group work or a project maybe. Those students who are in the I need some extra help level, then I'm going to be sitting with those students and doing more one-on-one assistance during the class practice, making sure that they understand all the pieces and maybe explaining it in a different way. I'm also going to be using several types of assessments to gather information about your child, and if they need more one-on-one help, I can work with them during team time, or is it that they're struggling with the material altogether and I need to talk to them about watching the videos, or are they really flying through and maybe I need to go ahead and push them further. I'm also going to try to provide several different activities in class, some that are group work, some that are individual, some that are partner pairs, some project-based. I'm going to be trying to vary that as much as possible. I'm going to try to apply that to some real-world examples, those contractors and electricians and things that use mathematics every day. I'm going to be pulling those ideas in the classroom as well. And I'm also going to be doing as many games or fun activities to do some practice to keep their interest as well. So I'll be pulling a lot of those things as well. All right, what's the down and dirty particulars? What are the details that I need to know? Well, to view the videos, you go to fearlessfrogs.com, and you may have seen your student already do that before. And on the left-hand side, there's a button that says Math Information, and if you click on that, all the videos will be grouped according to concept. So whatever unit that we happen to be on, you can go to that particular unit, click, and inside that folder, I will have the most recent and current videos up on top, and I'll be organizing them that way. And they will be there for the entire time, so students can go back, and before a test, they can go back and review any videos that they want to. A lot of families and Even fellow teachers that are learning about this process wonder, well, what happens if they don't have internet access? There are so many different ways that I can reach out to those students. If you are a family that is struggling with having internet and computer access at home, please let me know, because there are a lot of different things that I can do to help you. I know that, certain things are happening. You get a virus on your computer and suddenly it's down. The internet's not working because there was a thunderstorm. Or you don't have internet at all. You've got a computer maybe, but no internet. Or you're just not a computer person and you're just not into technology and don't have anything at home. I can work with students, and I have several different ideas and ways to help them through all that. Also know that in the class I do have a communication tool. In addition to the videos, I also have a homework calendar, and every month your child will have a calendar, and on this calendar I will be putting stamps to show whether or not they had the notes in the video done and completed on time. If you see an NH, that stands for no homework. They didn't have the video watched at the right time or on the right day. They hadn't watched the video ahead, or they didn't take the notes and bring them to show me. And I'll be looking for those parent signatures too to give them credit. So you can ask your child, when you ask them to see their notebook and their notes, you can also ask them to see their calendar to see if they're keeping up with their homework and their grades here in math. I hope you enjoy this method. I hope it really benefits your child. I know that it's going to reach out to many, many, many students, and I'm looking forward to seeing them really flourish and grow in their math abilities. Thank you.